To open up this video, yes, this is a China Pride fan. No, I am not a fan of China Pride fans, no pun intended. But if you go into a thrift store, or even an antique shop, there aren't even really any good antique shops around here, but if you go into a thrift store specifically, if you find a vintage fan at all, they want obscene prices for it. $25, $30, I've seen one for $40. Unrestored, and not even in really that good shape either. An unrestored fan, unless it is perfect, pristine, or new in the box, mint in the box, as Spats Bear would say, it is not worth $25. I'm sorry about your bad day, but it's just not. 15, maybe. 20, again, maybe. 25, no. No way. I wouldn't even pay $15 for a fan anyway. This one was the great low price of free, well, for me anyways, it's like a $50 or $60 fan. Brand new, which is, you know, you'd hope that it's actually some quality, there's some semblance of quality to it at that price, but China Pride, I really don't think it's got any quality to it at all, but it'll be better than nothing. You see, the idea here is to add some air movement over to the studio over here, and all that mess, because there's no airflow over there at present, and, well, I'd like to have some airflow over there, because it gets really hot, and I've noticed that it gets really hot on that side of the room, but on the side of the room over there, where all the fans are, there's another China Pride fan up there. That one sits in the window, and there's, of course, that one. I need to take my dinner plate downstairs. Somebody actually ragged on me for having dinner plates in a video, to which I replied, well, guess what? I live here, so expect to see stuff. Like, seriously. Anyway, so this one will hopefully help do. Now, I don't know if it actually does have a problem, like maybe it does have an issue where it's making too much noise, but maybe it's perfectly fine. I suspect that it's perfectly fine. So we're just going to go ahead and cut the seal once again, because this thing has been sitting in this box downstairs for probably about 3 or 4 months now. And so we can't take it back anymore. I don't know where the receipt went. The receipt used to be sitting on top of it, but I didn't, when I went to go bring this up here, it wasn't there anymore, so oh well. We'll take a look at the box in a minute once I've emptied it. I can take this camera off the tripod, because I hate tripods, even though I'm using it for this, because it makes my life easier. It's one less, you know, variable to have to worry about. This knife is a piece of junk. Probably should have got a better one. If I have to repackage it, I have to repackage it. Oh well. Just let me see inside. We've got stuff. What kind of stuff? No? Is this even open? Oh, it's sealable. Okay. Remote control's in there. I hope the batteries are out of it. And also, it looks like the cap for the fan blade and the instruction booklet, or instruction leaflet, as they call it, because there really isn't much instructions with something like this. What else we got? Here, we got part of the pedestal, because this is a floor-standing pedestal fan. What do they call it? Stand fan. I guess that's the correct term. I can tell that this was obviously put back in the box. I just broke something. Oh boy, that's plastic. That must be the base. Well, the grills are actually decent now. Blade set's obviously plastic. Not that you can expect anything else. Alright. Oh no, the base is metal. Look at that, solid metal base. That's impressive. Might also make it a little bit difficult to move it around. The plastic came off of it. So we'll pull that out, get this, all that out of here. I just knocked the speeding ticket on it before. No, not a real speeding ticket, in case you're wondering what is that thing. Yeah, too many live shows in a week. Alright, and then you've got the piece de resistance, the actual brains of the operation. And I have no idea how that managed to happen, but the tape is stuck to the styrofoam. Actually, I think I could place bets as to how that happened. Alright, so everything is now out of the box, I think. Yeah, it was just a leftover piece of styrofoam. So I can take the camera off the tripod and we can have a look at the box. And then assemble this. Okay, so here's a look at the box. Trusted for over 100 years. Well, that's not the same company. Nowadays, it's just a name that the Chinese slap on just about anything. This is the Designer Series. Redefining comfort. So this was probably one of the higher end models, which would explain the $60 price tag. If I remember right, it was 60. It might have been 50. Something like that. 16-inch, 40 centimeter diameter. 3 speed settings, remote control. Sleep and breeze mode. Those are stupid. And an automatic shut-off timer. That one over there actually has an automatic shut-off timer, but it's got the benefit of being completely mechanical. This one is completely electronic, as you can see there. And that is probably where the failure point in this is going to be. That's where the failure point in all of these cheap China Pride designer fans are. The stupid electronic controls. They really ought to make those things more reliable. See the remote control. Tilt adjustable head. Save up to 10% on your cooling bill. Well, we'll see about that. It's for large and medium-sized rooms. There's the model number. Give you directions to their website. Here's basically the same thing. 3 speeds remote. All that stuff. Oops. That could have been bad. Oh, that's French. Let's get the English, because I know that my audience is predominantly English-speaking, even though I can speak both languages. We can see motorized oscillation. Yeah, like that's a big thing. They've had that for goodness only knows how many years. Actually, probably since the dawn of the table fan. Maybe even since the dawn of the fan in general. 3 speed settings, adjustable tilt fan head. Choosing the right fan. Well, what choice do I have? Actually, I could probably get some camera lighting going here, and you might be able to see this a little better. Of course, it'll destroy my battery life. If you can read that, you can go ahead and pause the video to read it. I'm not going to read out everything. All that we need to know is that this is the stand fan. Powerful airflow in large living areas where there is ample floor space. Ample floor space, yeah, right. But it's what I'll have to live with. So, there you go. That's the fan. So now let's go set this bad boy up. Alright, so I just figured out why this plastic piece is removable. This actually comes off, I presume secures to the underside of the metal. I hope it's the underside of the metal and not the underside of the plastic, because that would be kind of stupid. Okay, so I figured it out. You're supposed to put that screw thing on the bottom like that, which I did. Then you're supposed to put this plastic base. Well, actually, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to put this thing, the stand, in the plastic base, put the plastic base on top of the metal base, and then put that thing on. It's actually pretty freaking sturdy, to be perfectly honest with you, but that's just, I don't really envy that design, to be perfectly honest. I just don't. I think that they could do that much better. Alright, this is probably not going to work too well, but I'm going to try. Lift that up. Try at least and get some kind of a shot of this. It doesn't get very tall. No, it doesn't get very tall. That's about as tall as it gets. I think the other one actually might be taller. Yeah, the other one might be a little taller. But that's okay. As long as it moves air, I don't really care. Because I just want airflow on this side of the room, man. So we'll move it over a little bit, so that way it's not totally in the way. Then I'll get the tripod back and we'll put the blade set on and have a test. Okay, I've noticed that this entire thing is plastic. That's plastic, that's all plastic. At least the base is metal, so it's got some chance of staying intact, however very minimal it is. I gotta just put this on the right way. There are 2 notches up here and 1 on the bottom, so I guess it goes like this. I don't really see why there's a difference. Looks pretty symmetrical to me. Then I'm gonna get this piece, put it on, tighten it. Oh yeah, that sounds real reassuring. Hope I didn't cross-thread it. Well, we'll put on the blade set. And the blade set's obviously grooved, like most of these are. I think my tripod might be a little too close to the subject here. Okay, that looks a little broken. Hopefully that won't cause a problem. Now here's a problem. Is that electrical tape on that? I guess I'm supposed to pull that off. That looks slightly broken there. I wonder if I can repair that with something, but... And then this actually screws on in the reverse direction so that it doesn't loosen while the fan blades are turning. Man, that looks off balance. Oh, quality control. Yeah, right. I really wanted to like this thing, but oh boy. I mean, it's I guess it's better than nothing. Like I said before, that's upside down. That's real impressive. Nice. I have no idea how that one's supposed to work. I guess that's an aid for helping you put it in place. Oh my gosh, this is incredibly chintzy. Oh wow, this is bad. This is like, oh, that is like, oh my gosh, that's bad. Like, it's not the fit and finish. It doesn't go together right. So now you know why everybody says don't buy China Pride. This might have been bent. In all fairness, this actually is rather cheap metal, so it may have been bent a little bit. But, I mean, come on. Look at this. Have a look at the crappy fit and finish of this thing. It doesn't even look like it's on square. Maybe I just need to adjust the tilt a little bit. But have a look. Can you see that? Just how off that is there? And look at the gap. See if I can get a shot of the gap, which widens between here and here. Man. That's just awful. Well, I guess I'm going to have to plug it in and try it out, eh? I'm not looking forward to this. Okay. Moment of truth. Again, I'm not real reassured by this. Where's the remote? I think the remote does have the batteries in it. Yeah, the remote's got a set of batteries in it. The light's dimmed there for a second. That was not very... I didn't even plug it in yet, and the lights are already going crazy. Alright, well, the cord set's actually not too bad. I'll give it that. And like I'd said before, this thing's been out of the box once before. So it's very probable that some of this cheap metal's been bent up. Plug it in. It doesn't do anything. Let's try and turn it on. Nothing. That's not very promising. Is it dead? I think it's totally dead. What a damn shame. Did I break it or something? Is there something I'm supposed to do to activate it? Ooh. Oh, there we go. I was pushing the wrong button. Oh, it's low mode. Alright. So I figured that one out. It does actually work. I don't know if you can hear that in the camera microphone. Probably can, over top of me. Put it on 2. On high. I don't know where the complaint that this thing makes a lot of noise comes from. Alright, in order to prevent all that wind noise that I'm sure you're hearing right now, let me take the fan off the tripod. If I can take the fan off the tripod, take the camera. Come on, get off the freaking tripod. Now you know why I hate tripods. That's why, right there. How annoying. You know, what looks like a power button on the control here is not actually a power button. I don't see where the complaint that this thing makes a lot of noise comes from. It really doesn't make a lot of noise at all. I don't really hear it. In fact, I hear the box fan more than I hear the other one. So let's try and engage some other modes here. I don't know what that is. Is that breeze mode? Yeah, it's breeze mode. What that does is that changes the fan speed every once in a while. Now this is sleep time mode, which, you know, I forget how long it is. I think it's either 30 minutes or it's supposed to. Sleep breeze mode? I don't know what that is. Alright, so it's behaving a little silly right now. But from what I remember, that is supposed to lower the fan speed after, 30 minutes or so. But for whatever reason, it seemed to go into breeze mode. Don't really know why that is. You got a timer. Half an hour, hour and a half. This goes up to 7 hours, I believe. Yeah. Actually, no. That would be 6.5 hours. Oh, that turns the whole thing off. But it's not a power on button. That seems kind of stupid. Here's the oscillation. You have to have a light on the control panel for the oscillator. Like the slowest oscillator on the planet. Okay, that may be a problem. I think I'm going to have to tape that down a little bit better than I did. But at least it oscillates. It seems to function fine. I mean, the blade set's probably a little off balance. Let's turn the oscillator off so we can get a look at the blades. Yeah, the blade set is probably a little off balance. So I've noticed that the fan vibrates rather disconcertingly. I can feel I can't feel the vibration here, but I can certainly feel it. What if I could feel it in the metal base? I think I can kind of feel it in the base. I can certainly feel it in this metal piece, and I can feel it up here, and in all of that. So it's not the best crafted thing in the world. But I'll give it a little bit of credit. It is actually serviceable, I suppose. Could be worse. So there is your unboxing, assembly, and thoughts on this Sunbeam Designer Series China Pride fan. The craftsmanship is just garbage. There is really no other way to describe it. I mean, what is this? Let's see if I can get some light on that. What is this? It doesn't even go in the hole there. I don't get it. I don't understand what that's supposed to be for. I really don't. You might be able to get a little bit of a better look at just how crappy. Look at that gap. That is a bad gap. That's a terrible gap. Sorry about that. Then it closes up as you get to these things. That's just bad. Anyway, I guess I'll let it run. least it runs. Could be, like I said, could be worse. Could have been dead out of the box. Actually, where's the remote? I want to try the remote again, because now that I know how the thing actually works. I lost the remote. That's brilliant. You'd think I'd know where I put these things. I had it over here with the fan. And it's not over here with the fan. Oh, there it is. I presume. Yeah, there's the remote. So here's the oscillator control. You can turn it on and off. That is a bright IR diode. Anyway, so that's how you change the mode. Here's the timer. I like to have a mechanical timer a lot better. It's faster to get to where you go, but no matter. There's your fan speed control. And of course, turning the whole thing off. The oscillator stops immediately. A lot of these fans, the oscillator continues going while it's still spinning. Probably because it's got the traditional mechanism. You know, if you turn something like this off, the oscillator keeps going because it's still directly connected. But I guess with this one, wow, those blades do spin down for quite a while. Probably because they're off balance. Yeah, let's turn that back on. So I think that's going to conclude the video, because we're up at 25 minutes now. So 25 minutes of raw recording. It'll probably be a little bit less than that on the video, but it is practically guaranteed to be at least 20 minutes long. Alright, thank you for watching. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. And this is CP666 signing off. Hope to see you next time. Till then.